Hi, YouTube. Welcome on in. Hey, I hope that you're actively taking good care of yourselves. That, you're hugging your loved ones, like, close. And just know that, like, times may be tough for a lot of people out there, and you don't have to go through this alone. I am a psychologist. I'm not your psychologist, so please seek mental health help in your area. And with that being said, like, hey, come and join the Discord, where they've been in a Discord call for close to 100 hours now, waiting for this episode 9 of Bungo Stray Dogs to drop. It is phenomenal. I am so amazed by the community. And I've had like so many thoughts about each and every single one of y'all, and my brain has been going wild on conspiracy theories, legit to the point where I had this whiteboard, the other whiteboard, I brought in another whiteboard, and I was writing everything down as to like, where's everything going on, right? Like, how is this connected to this, just from the first couple of episodes. And if you guys don't mind, do you guys mind if I show you guys a little something as to like where my conspiracy brain was going? I hope y'all don't mind. This is me on just like going absolutely bonkers a little bit for the past couple of days there. By the way, if you're from the Bungo Stray Dog community and you're brand new, or you came in from Reddit or Tumblr or whatnot, hi, welcome on in. I appreciate you stopping on by. If this is your first live stream, bunch of Doritos for you. You're incredible. Welcome to the Dorito Bandito gang, self-care gang around here. Y'all are amazing. As always, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, that whole thing. It helps the video out a ton. But also, if you guys don't mind, you guys know that I am currently in between jobs because of stuff that ended up happening. If you guys don't mind sending out some support, love, whatnot, either through subs on Twitch, YouTube, or either here on Ko-Fi, it would mean the absolute world. I really can't appreciate y'all enough. Anything and everything helps out a ton, especially because my computer has been having a lot of troubles recently, and I'm kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm kind of scared. Anyway, with that being said, let me show y'all what I noticed. One of the many things I noticed. All right, let me see. Okay, here we go.
梅干しに刻みのり、それに夕げの残りの鶏肉、そいつを熱い白湯に浮かべ、塩昆布と一緒にかき込む。うまかったな。孤児院の台所で人目を忍んで食った茶漬けは。ダメだ、腹減って死ぬ。僕の名前は敦。ゆえあって餓死寸前です。孤児院を追い出され、食べるものも寝るところもなく、もちろん金もなく、かといって盗みを働く度胸もなく、こんなところまで来てしまった。しかしもはや生きたければ盗むか奪うしかない。
I love this. Poor Atsushi-kun.
うるさい、うるさい、うるさい、うるさい、うるさい。のたれ死にだと僕は知らないぞ、絶対に。何としても生き延びてやる。よし。
You're right. I don't have the right thing on at the moment, huh? Hold on. All right. Now we're ready. Okay. I hope y'all are ready.
この次に通りかかったやつを襲ってそいつから金品を奪ってやる。さすがにこれは無理だ。空腹じゃ追いつけない。次。 トレーニング中の軍警が財布を持ってるとは思えない。次だ。次こそ絶対に。あ、今度こそ。いや、これはさすがに脳幹でしょ。
Here's where it comes in. What'd you guys notice? I played that first scene in its entirety without really talking for a reason. What do you guys notice? And this is going to be cut up. Think about, again, we're getting so into the media that we're not thinking about the media. Let's talk about Brecht. Brechtian approaches. It's Brecht time. There was many times where a Brechtian approach happens in that first little bit. You guys got distracted by my dino hat with, yeah. Oh, I thought it was gonna go in this direction. Exactly, in the black hole, you know. There was a couple of things that happened in there that clearly, and time again, as he's narrating, which is drawing you in, it's supposed to get you out of that distraction. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to Bertolt Brecht you guys as well to get you to think about the media. Chap, number one, the train. Train comes through to try and interrupt you. The train comes in to try and get you to also keep that element. The train doesn't just chicka the entire way through, you know, for no reason. It is there. It is the first thing we hear and see outside of the narration to get us out of being so into Atsushi's narration when this happened. When? Literally? He's talking about food, right? Which is drawing us in. Listen, right? That's a Brechtian approach. We are so drawn into the narration as to what's happening that a loud train passing on by, right? That's supposed to remind us, hey, this is a world, right? Like, because, you know, that's happening in here. Like, for us, like, we're still taking this on. So here, I've been in a boat for 3 years home, right? And then it happens again. You know, he's tired, whatnot, narration's happening. We get a title card. By the way, they would do this in theaters. Oh, I don't know why I'm full screen. By the way, they would do this in like actual like performance theaters where like the start of a show, like for any Brecht approach, a person would walk by, you know, with like, you know, the actors would walk through with their scripts on hand, or like, you know, someone would hold up the title of the play, anything to get you to remind you that you are watching a show, not necessarily in it. Huh. What else happens, chat? But why? Because too many people get so in the media that they forget that you're watching a piece of media. It's a form of getting you to start thinking about the way that you watch a show, and that the actors are actors, not, or the characters are characters, not necessarily people. Which brings up a big theme as we keep going through this, right? To get you to analyze. Yep. To get you to analyze. Yep. Oh, yeah. But we are so invested in with the characters that like we just seem to not be you know, worried about it, right? So all of this is going on. And then what happens? What's the next Brechtian thing? Oh, that's right. It's used as a comedic gag, but at the same time, it's kind of there. Police guys, whatnot, and then this. And he's almost talking to us. Yep, it's almost like he's talking to this. But why did they show this, chat? People running. And chat goes silent. Welcome on through, Julie. How you doing? Why did they show this, chat? I'm not talking about them lying down. I'm talking about this. Are we in a book? Is this all taking part inside of a story? Is this trying to go ahead and keep us out here? Like if you're on the outside looking on in? Because this is 4 times in the span of a couple minutes, less than 5 minutes, where Brechtian approaches have been used to get us to go ahead and analyze the characters from afar and not necessarily on in as though you are part of the world. So it's making me wonder, and this happens every episode, by the way, all the way up to now. We could go on episode 2, we could continue on with this episode, and we will see that Brechtian approaches is consistently being used time after time after time after time after time as though trying to remind us, hey, stay out here, but we get so invested in the characters that we get in here. I don't know. I may be wrong. I may be absolutely wrong, and I'm okay with being wrong. But the more that I took a look at this, and the more that I was analyzing episode 1, and talking about all of this, the more it made me wonder, how in particular is this going into, right? Because the authors want us to remind they're based off of actual people. But it would make sense, I guess. It's sort of making me wonder as an individual, right? How far does this go, right? How far does Bungo Stray Dogs go? If we're talking about all of these being literature individuals, are we gonna get and by the way, I had some crazy fever. What do you call them? I had some crazy thoughts, right? I was in my mind palace the other day. And I had some crazy aspects. How big is the iceberg? The iceberg is like this. It's a horrible iceberg. We can only see this, but there's so much more to it, And there's so much more to it. Anyway, I had a very, very interesting time the other day where at times we're able to go ahead and do deep discussive analysis to what's going on, what's happening in there. One of the big questions that I do have for you guys is about Yosono. Let's start off there. I know that we aren't even getting into episode 9 just yet. We're about to get into episode 9. Don't you worry your little hearts. I hope you guys are okay with this. No worries, Millie. Let's talk about Yosono a little bit. Because she was the first one in the Mind Palace, right? Now this is the Jungian archetypes, right? It's the shadow and light aspects of ourselves. Now, what light aspect does she try and present, Jack? I'm not skipping the analysis. Exactly. What is the light aspect? Hi, Tree. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Exactly, right? Caregiver, slave, right? Yo, son, no. Caregiver, slave. And what is the midpoint, chat? What is the midpoint that you guys see in there? Service. It was making me wonder, chat. It was making me wonder. One of the conversations that you can do, even with yourself. By the way, I want to go ahead and shout this out and let you guys know. Please journal. If you're going through a tough time or you're going through anything in your life at the moment, please journal. Journaling is so important. Either using your phone as a voice memo or keeping a journal where you're able to go to keep your thoughts in. It is so good to allow you the opportunity to reflect and you know the opportunity to heal as well. And that's 3 points of advice that you need and no therapist to go through. Please find a journal and you know and start that process, or you know, talk to yourself. Talking to yourself is completely healthy. It's normal. It's called, you know, an aspect of narrative self, you know. Sage elitist, sure. Where the main aspect is knowledge, and what else? I think that's pretty good, right? Anyway, so in my beautiful little mind palace, one of the big things that you can do, and that I will always say, do with the professional in your area. No, it is extremely healthy. It is one of the healthiest things that you can do is to go ahead and have a mind journal, or have a journal of your thoughts and positives and negatives. One of the things that you can do, in case you ever want to go ahead and go through it, is imagine that there's a chair, empty chair. It's called the Gestaltian method. And in that chair, you're able to place any character, any loved one, any individual in there, right? For a lot of individuals, this might be putting an individual that you might not necessarily be comfortable with, right? It happens. Don't get me wrong. But if you're able to imagine the individual there, right? How they act, how they react, you can have them respond back to you if you ask questions, or so on and so forth. And it can turn into a very informative way as to like how others may view you, or your perception as to how others view you. One of those things led into this with Yosano. And one of the big questions came through as to, for Yosano themselves, what makes them them? And actively participate or be a part of the group, right? And with that, right? It's harder now, yeah. With that, well, I'm glad, Katie. I'm glad that you know how to. Or Kai, I'm glad that you know how to go to do that. One of the big things that came through this was how much of her abilities are of service, and what is she actively trying to do, considering the requirements to activate her abilities? Is it that she really cares about others, but at times, due to the amount of service that she has to give, she doesn't want others to feel dependent on her, and for her to become just a go-to slave, you know, to continuously have to like be there for others, right? In that regard, i.e., I want you all to go ahead and understand that I'm here for you, but I'm not necessarily always here for you, right? Like an aspect of, you guys put it in here, sage elitist, where knowledge becomes that big aspect, right? So i.e., try and value your lives more. Where does that come in, right? Because one of the big discussion pieces was like, you know, how does it feel to actively take part in this? And of course, there are information that we don't know, family, you know, siblings, all of that stuff, right? But what does become apparent is when you're asking these questions is, you know, how does it feel to purposefully, like, for others to isolate themselves from you, or think of you like as a high danger individual in any capacity? And what came from that was the instance of, is it on purpose that like, you know, actively trying to do this because ultimately people would become over reliant on you, or not, right? And that's where the mind kept going, and then we got attacked, and it was the mind palace became like a giant fever, you know, fever nightmare, if I do say it so myself. Or President Rain Sawa ended up, like, evil President Rain Sawa ended up attacking us with their abilities. What is it, like rain in the rain, or like, you know, all of this stuff. It ended up becoming quite a nightmare, if I do say so myself, which was great. But I highlight this because it's like the more that you're able to go ahead and analyze this, right? Like the Zai is another one altogether, which is, and the question that I'll throw out there to you guys is, how much does the Zai know about the orphanage system? Yeah, the Zai, the princess. How much does the Zai know about the orphanage system in this world? And even past that comes in the main element I have here, right? You ready? Um, so where are we at? Never really thought about it, to be honest. Where are we at? We're in Yokohama, no? I believe so. From our discussions, I believe that's where we are. Correct? Yokohama, yes. Okay. Yoko. That way you guys know. And in Yokohama, you have the Porto Mafia, led by apparently TB Man and others, right? And then the detective agency, right? Cool. And then you have civilians. We're only in a small area, chat. So what about these others? If all of these are named after Japanese authors, are all American authors in there? Are all EU authors in there? Russian authors? Is this a giant fight for the black market and domination as to what's happening in here? What about individuals with special abilities? Wouldn't they be in the hunt? Wouldn't all of these, like the entire world, be in a hunt for them? Because ultimately, getting them to be a part of your guild, your gang, your whatever, ends up making you significantly stronger and able to go ahead and rule the world. Even past that comes in the main question, right? Um, what is the history of this world? And that's a big one that I was thinking about. What is the history of this world, and how does it all tie in? What actually happened? Is this post World War II? Or is this somewhere even further than that, right? Like essentially, like nobody recovered. Like, tell me about it. What war happened? Who was in what area? What ended up going into this, right? It's not just a floating country in the world. That wouldn't even make sense, right? So for this one, do we have Tolkien? What is it? The guy that wrote Great Gatsby, Fitzgerald, right? F. Scott Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald. We got the incredible Mark Twain's. We got Mary Shelley. Isn't that? I believe she's EU, right? Correct me if I'm wrong here, chat. I'm just starting to name authors here. Actually, good idea. Oh, Tolkien was British. Well, we got to go ahead and move them. Yeah. There you go. Thank you. American authors from the 19 through 19. Ah, here we go. All right, so we move them. I guess no longer part of the EU, but the UK token. Who else do we have? Ooh, the Invisible Man. Yes, Rolf Ellison. Who else do we have, chat? I know. Jane Austen. Yeah. Jane Austen. Mary Shelley. Chekhov, we have over in Russia. Well, who else do we have? Keep going. Edgar Allan Poe. You're right. You're right. C.S. Lewis. Yeah. Lewis. Dostoevsky. Yeah. Yeah. Dracula. Yeah. What was his name? Bram Stoker. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Where was he from? Oh, Hawthorne, dude. How can we forget about them? Shakespeare. Yeah. Who else, chat? Moby Dick. How can I forget about Moby Dick? One of the biggest ones, you know? Kafka. Oh, dude, there's so many of them. There's so many of them. Hemingway. Yeah, Moby Dick is a book. Moby Dick is a book, but Moby Dick is a book written by Herman Melville, you know. The boss of Bungo Stray Dogs. You know, exactly. There's so much to take in, you know. There's so much to Ernest Hemingway, like, you know, there's so much to go ahead and do, right? But it's making me wonder, would individuals in these parts of the world, and this is just a logical conclusion, nothing too scary, right? We can would individuals from this part of the world, like, would their abilities be named after the books? Chat. Logical conclusion here. Like, for example, if my ability, let's say that I was John Steinbeck, right? So I'm looking at I'm looking at this 100 best American novels. Sorry, uh, and I'm like, I'm John Steinbeck, right? And my ability is the grapes of wrath. You know, have some wine or whatever, right? Like, would it all be named after like individuals? Like, you know, the books that are there, The Long Goodbye, Moby Dick, Confessions of Nat Turner, Songs of Solomon, Housekeeping. There's so many out there, you know. Most likely that. Yeah, or an alternate title. I mean, but what I'm saying is ultimately this world can keep expanding endlessly, right? This world can just endlessly keep on expanding. And for me, that's what makes me excited is like, how does everything tie into one another, right? Whether it's like, how do you tie in, like, for example, if it was just about to be a bunch of American authors, Moby Dick, The Scarlet Letter, The Great Gatsby, you name it, right? The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. How do you tie in all of this together to tell a narrative? And I think that's what the author has done so beautifully. You know, at least with Yokohama and, you know, the Japanese side of things. Will we ever adventure into like this other world things? I hope so. I hope that that's where we'll get to eventually. I think that that would be absolutely wonderful because going into this side of things, the world becomes much more expansive. You know, and that's what makes it limitless, you know. Anyway, I erased it. Sorry, I yapped too long. I yapped literally about weird thoughts in my head about analyzing the structure of how abilities are presented onto the world, how that impacts you as a viewer, the Brechtonian elements and features that are there. I apologize in advance. That took up 30 minutes of me just going into it without really, uh, yeah, never stop. Oh, Kai, thank you. Arigato. We consume the yap, but it's making me go absolutely like insane about it. It really is. The best way for me to put it is it's making me think in layers that I hadn't thought of in a while. It's making me think that like yeah, we love it, but it's also making me think this. Well, special ability, Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Sorry, I saw that. That's a good one. Oh God, it's making me think about a couple things. Okay, how do I phrase this? I guess the best way that I can put it is: would there ever come a point where absolute ethics and absolute morals comes in place against what is being presented in here? Would there ever come a time and or a place where individuals, right, where for example you might be doing everything that you can to try and make sure that everyone is safe and sound, but you in the way that you are present such a big threat that you are no longer welcomed here, that you bring disaster and hatred and whatnot everywhere you go, and so you're no longer allowed in? Wouldn't that be like, it's kind of like a scenario where you don't even have to commit a crime to be punished, if that makes sense. It's a crime and punishment scenario. And it kind of breaks my heart because the more that I think about it, the more that I can see that the Zai, maybe their internal demons, their past, their grief, their everything that they've gone through, it just, you know, it might come back and haunt them going forward. And what's scary about that is like sometimes by doing that, sometimes by excluding individuals that genuinely care about you, whatnot, it's like you're putting on an eye patch, right? You're only seeing the world through like half of your perspective instead of the entire thing. Does that make sense? I hope it does. That's me just taking it in and talking about it, analyzing it as much as I can. Anyway, with that being said, before we jump into the episode and we do a full analysis and bring out all the charts and whatnot, there's someone I want you guys to see because he's been wanting to make an appearance for a little bit. Okay, he's been begging me. He's been saying, "Hey, I want to come through and I want to talk to chat." This is Loki, okay? He's a very good boy. Okay? And whenever I saw Gingy, it reminded me of a collar, okay? At least the opening analysis of it. Hi Loki, you want to tell them your song of your people? Yeah. Oh, then you wake up from a nap. You smelled food. Yeah. By the way, he's huge. I know he might not seem that way on camera, but he's absolutely huge. Was he's like, oh, and he likes chips, specifically Tostitos. He's huge. Yes, Doggo for the rest of stream. ¿Qué pasó? You want more? Tiene muy buen gustos. We do have a Bungo stray dog. It is the Bungo stray dog. Oh, you dropped it there. Yes, well, technically he's a bit of a husky. He's like a husky slash the way that it's in his paperwork is husky slash Native American wolf or wolf dog in my area. So yes, he's huge. He measures how tall are you, Loki? You want to tell them? Yeah, you're a tall boy, huh? Oh, you're not gonna howl for them? Oh, okay. I guess he said no howling. He said no howling today. Sorry, chat. I tried. I tried to get him to do a little awoo for you. I know, Bungo Loki dog. The wolf dogs are awesome. Man, he's a bit tired. He's been up early. All right, I'll give you one more, and then I'm gonna say thank you. Okay? Make it last. Thank you. I know you like chips, but thank you, Loki. Arigato. Thank you. Bye bye. Are you cooking? I know, right? Anyway, do you guys enjoy your time with Loki? I hope you did. Petting my dog because I can't pet yours. Yes. Yes, I'm glad. Loki's wonderful. Loki's a good. He's a doggo. He's a stinker, but he's a doggo. He's a stinker, yeah. He's a bit of a stinker. We love Loki. Well, I'm glad you do. Oh my goodness. All it needed was one little chip and it got me going. All right. Y'all ready? Episode number 9. As always, you guys know that I have questions as to when we're going to meet characters or not meet characters, but for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and be quiet and let's see who appears and let's see how they're going to go ahead and tie everyone in from the opening onto these coming episodes. Let's do it. He'll take a potato chip and eat it. Let's go.
私の名は京香。
京香。
ムツキで35人殺した。
Oof. Also, the other question that I had for Yosan on my mind palace was, how good is she at healing? Can she heal mental wounds over physical wounds? Like, is it all counted as a wound? There was no answer in my head, which for me leads me to believe no, which is kind of scary unless shown otherwise in the anime. Then I'm going to go with my own narrative in here. And another train noise right there, which makes it even, I guess, worser. Makes it. I know, and even Atsushi's worried, bro. Like, that's so much to take in. Like, look at him, right? Look at him. Here's something that we tend to go ahead and do whenever we're genuinely worried, whenever we're going through a lot of stuff, is we tend to go ahead and get close to our body, right? Hug our body, go into a child's pose, do anything and everything that we can to try and go ahead and showcase that like we can stay grounded. So for Atsushi to even be doing this, right, at like feet up, whatnot, he's worried. He's becoming small. He's becoming small because he's trying to find some sort of comfort. And the only way that he can give himself comfort is through that. It's a self-soothing behavior. It really, really is. And I highlight this just so that you guys are aware, like, hey, this is important. For me, this might be like, just judging from the way that like he cares about her, it's making me wonder, might this actually be a healthy sibling dynamic that we start to see? Might this be one of the healthiest sibling dynamics that we may see in the show going forward? I don't know. I love her though. If she dies though, we're stopping Bungo Stray Dogs. I hope y'all know this. If Kyoka dies, it's game over. Also, a train right there again. The symbolism of the train coming on through. Yeah, we've adopted Kyoka. She's a part of our family now, chat.
私は京香35人殺したもうこれ以上一人だって殺したくない
また面倒を持ち帰ったな。
おお。
あれは手遅れだ。あの娘はこの界隈では名の通った暗殺者。その幼い容姿で油断させて敵組織ごと応殺する。そして急速に戦果を上げすぎた。
But do you believe that people can change? Do you believe that, like, because of what she has done, that she doesn't have the capacity to change? I do. I believe that even if you've done, like, really bad actions, or you think that you've done bad actions, you have the capacity to change. Like, the best way that I can put it is this way, right? Ultimately, everyone has the capacity to change. Otherwise, I wouldn't be empathetic. Otherwise, there would be no need for therapists. There would be no need for psychologists. There would be no need for individuals out here actively caring for you, right? And having that aspect under the right circumstances, sure. No, that's the whole aspect of like behavioral health, you know, is like, do people have the ability to change and grow and give me 1 second here and become better, you know? I hate ads. All right, you guys are in ads at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and put something else on while you guys are in ads. And we're back. All right, let's go ahead and continue with this, right? Ultimately, the question that I have for you guys is, and I was asking this, is do people have the capacity to change? Like, do you believe that, you know, individuals, when they've gone through like good or bad or, you know, any of that, have the capacity to come back despite the actions that they may have had in their past? And that's where it all comes down into, right? Is this line of questioning of like, hey, you know what? Gyoka did so many bad things, and you know, it's only a matter of time before she got caught. I believe so. I strongly believe so. I mean, that's what a good therapist, a good psychologist will always do. We will always be advocates for empathy and for the capacity to change, you know, only if she's willing to. 100%. But also, chat, what would her attachment style be? I was gonna put the standard type of music that I use for my thinking type of music, but I decided to put something a little lighter today. You know, personally, I think it would be avoidant. I think it would not be secure in any capacity. It would either be like, you know, fearful or any type of anxiety. You know, and I say this. I say this because I say this because whenever we take a look at someone like her, right? Was she being seen as a human or not? Okay, probably not, right? So all of a sudden it's like, can you really trust people and attach to them in a safe way? What do you think she, like, you know, they have her from the outside or inside look like? She was seen as a tool, exactly. We love child labor. Oh no. Yeah, for Kyoka. And it's happening right here, chat. Can you tell which one? Innocent victim is what you're saying? Honestly, a big part of it, everyman follower, yeah. But at the same time, how is she being portrayed outward? Or with a sense of belonging, that's a big one, right? How about a sense of control? When she doesn't have any sense of control, you know, all of a sudden she's seen as the assassin, as the tyrant, as this individual, right? Like that, like, criminal outlaw. That's another one, right? Where freedom is the big concern. Yeah. Control, liberation, belonging. Those are all safety. Huge things that she has to contend with at such a young age. Huge things. She's no longer seen as an individual. She's seen as like a tool. And what would that do to you as a child if you were not seen as a person, but as a tool? How old is she? All of a sudden, we're looking at all the different things that have probably been impacted. Is my world safe? Lack of this will lead to mistrust. Can I do things by myself, or need I rely on others? Failure results in feelings of shame and doubt, like hard time making connections. Am I good or bad? Children who try to exert too much power experience disapproval, resulting in senses of guilt. How can I be good? Success leads to competence. Failure results in feelings of inferiority. 12 to 18. Who am I and where am I going? Failure results in role confusion and a weak sense of self. Does she even know who she is? That's the question. Does Kyoka even know who Kyoka is? All right. Well, I'll stop right there for right now, but we keep going. Oh, the heck?
考察する。そして急速に戦果を上げすぎた。顔が知れて捕まるのは時間の問題だ。
Right.
そんな悪いのは彼女の異能力を利用してるやつなのに。異能力がその当人を幸せにするとは限らん。お前なら知っているだろう。
Also, take a look at the framing of this shot. Yeah, can Kyoka see herself see behind or past the assassin role? 100%. Look at the shot in this, right? Who has the power in the conversation? Literally making Atsushi look up to Kunikita here. Yeah, literally, the camera's down low, right? We're at Atsushi's level, and we're forced to look up at Kunikita as though his words have more power. Right. Whoo. Not only that, Kunikita's more center framed than Atsushi is. Atsushi is not taking up as much space. And it's making me wonder, how many of you guys do this? You're afraid of taking up space, so you turn into a little ball and you try and not be yourself, and you try and, like, you know, go into the side, or not be a burden to others, right? Meanwhile, Kunikita's right dab in the middle, right? And how has this been for you if you do this, right? Why so? What stops you from taking up the space that you need to take up?
お前なら知っているだろう。
目覚めたよ。
聴取はで
Yay!
きそうですか？
ああ、問題ない。
Yay! The little bean's awake! Is it bad of me to say that I actually love Akutagawa? Is it bad of me to say that I actually like really enjoy Akutagawa like so far? Like there's like I feel like he's just a layered onion, you know? Yeah. And I don't know why I feel like in maybe different circumstances, him and Atsushi might actually be like a dynamic duo, like a powerful friendship if allowed to be, you know? His design is amazing. Reminds me of like a of a vampire, just straight up about it, right? With the little thing and the and the thing. Not to bully him in any capacity, but just like out of love and respect for Akutagawa, I think he's wonderful. I love my sick Victorian tiled. Yeah. Question for you: why is this individual shrouded in darkness, but the little girl's not? Important character. Turns out the girl's not real. She's an illusion. Turns out it's a summoning technique, and I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm trying to put any form of reasoning behind it. Like the man we know is probably gonna be a big bad, in any capacity. But the girl in general, considering that she's red, right? The roses are red. Everything around is red. The yellow hair, whatnot. The only one really illuminated in any capacity. It is just screaming to me that yeah, her dress is cute. That there's something specific about it, whether or not. Is that Dracula? No. Oh, backing it up a little bit. Got a little too close there. That's no Nosferatu. Is she looking at us? I know, right? Is she looking at us? What if Jinji... I kind of wish that Jinji wasn't a bad guy. I would love to see him be on the good side too then.
Daijoubu? ここは探偵社の医務室だよ。具合はどう？僕のこと覚えてるよね。
おー。
娘、黒幕の名を吐け。ポートマフィアの部隊は上髪と同じだ。頭を潰さん限り進み続ける。答えろ。
He's trying so hard to connect with her, right? Like, hey, are you okay? Like, he's so worried about her. Kuriki's like, answer me now. Who's your superior? My ethics tell me I have to question you this way. Straight to the point. Yeah.
お前の上は誰だ？
国木田さん。
立花堂の湯豆腐。
湯豆腐？
おいしい。
Oh.
食わせろ。ということか。
食べたら話す。
なんだ。 いいよそれくらい。
お前
What is it, like stupidly expensive? Oh. Oh. I look at this place and I'm like, this looks beautiful. She deserves all the foods though. Oh.
おかわり。
俺は払わんぞ。
お客様は何にいたしましょう。
Water. Oh. Oh, my heart. Oh, no. I know. Baby girl deserves everything, chat. I don't care what people say. They deserve everything. It's like when they made sushi for the first time. True.
水で
Oh no! Just water, please. You're doing a good thing. I say that because and there was one time in the EU where I went on a date, right? And they picked the place, right? And they were like, yeah, like, you know, if you can cover this place. I was like, yeah, no worries, right? I did not look up the place beforehand, whatnot. What do you mean a plate for one person was 250 euros? I was a broke college student at the time. What do you mean? Yeah! Bro, what? Dude, yes. Yes. I was just like, I'll have a beer. And that's pretty much it. Like, I'm good. I don't... Dude, crazy. Crazy. What does that... Who does that? I know. I was like, God. That was a highway robbery. And the food wasn't even that good, to be honest with you. I tried a little bit, and I was like, it needs salt and pepper, and I don't know how else to say it needs spice. You know. Oh, no. He's getting free roaming like basic fun. What were you eating? Molecular fancy food? Dude, yeah. Lesson learned quickly.
それで
両親が死んで孤児になった私をポートマフィアが拾った。私の異能力ヤシャシラユキを目当てに。ヤシャシラユキは電話からの声だけに従う。
Demon Snow only follows orders given through a phone. Huh. That's interesting. But also, that's a hell of a shift to go from like your parents passing away to all of a sudden having to take orders and having, yeah, she can't even control it. It's just something that happened. Oh.
この携帯電話だな。バッテリーは抜いてある。ポートマフィアはお前の異能力をうまく利用してお前を強力な暗殺者に仕立てたわけだ。
こんな携帯電話なんで捨てなかったの？
I mean, how could you?
逆らえば殺される。
Yeah.
それにポートマフィアを抜けても行くところがない。
She didn't have a safe space. Like, legitimately, people always ask me, and it's a really good introduction to this. I hope y'all don't mind me pulling up more charts and stuff. Like, there's been times where people, like, get really confused as to, like, why do people stay in toxic relationships or abusive relationships? Well, at times, if you don't have your bottom area secure, right? Like, if you don't have your safety or physiological needs secured, guess what? It is so difficult to get out of relationships and stuff like that. If you know that your breathing water, food, you know, whatnot, like sleep is not gonna be secure. Like, a lot of people, it takes a lot for individuals to be able to, and don't get me wrong, it's not safe with the Port Mafia, but without the Port Mafia, guess what? They don't have a place to sleep. You know, just leave. And then what? Yeah. And then what happens? Like, there is so much more to it, and I think that's the big regard is a lot of people don't take into consideration is individuals can't just get up and leave. And even if you don't like everyone there, like at the Port Mafia, guess what? They're still offering some semblances to meet areas of the bare minimum of the triangle of needs, you know? not having anywhere to go makes it difficult to get out of an abusive group. It does. It really, really does, you know? And that's why I highlight it, because there seems to be a lot of individuals that think like, oh, well, you can escape and move out of abusive relationships at any point in time. I wish that were true. I really, really do. But then comes in another question. One that I've had for a while. She is a child. I know. She is a child, chat. Remind me later. Put it down. Put this up. Put this through. Chat, what colors is she wearing? Actually, in general, what colors of attack do people usually have? When they activate their abilities, what colors do they usually use? Not the colors that they have. The colors of activation for their abilities. And what about Tsushi's? What about No Longer Human? Let's start off with Tatsushi. Let's start off with Tatsushi and Dazai, shall we? Does their ability stem out of sadness, loneliness, vulnerability, despair, guilt, depressiveness, being hurt, embarrassed, disappointed, feeling inferior, empty, remorseful, ashamed, powerless, grief, fragile, victimized, abandoned, isolated? Is that where their ability stems from? This is a chart. This is the otherwise known as the what is it? Color psychology chart, and it is different based on different cultures and whatnot, right? But it is usually done with kids to be able to go ahead and showcase how they're feeling and stuff, right? Like we usually like a good art therapist will use colors to get a kid. And if it's red, is it because they're angry, let down, humiliated, bitter, mad, aggressive, frustrated, distant, critical, dismissive, skeptical, numb, withdrawn, annoyed, infuriated, hostile, provoked, jealous, furious, violated, indignant, ridiculed, disrespected, resentful, betrayed? Or is it orangish, right? Where they feel threatened, rejected, weak, insecure, anxious, scared, exposed, nervous, persecuted, excluded, inferior as well, inadequate, worried, overwhelmed, frightened, you know, and you have all of these colors to go off of. I'm really curious. I'm really, really curious how this is going to keep evolving. Because that's been one thing that I've had in the like back of my mind is like their activation of their powers and the abilities for what they have, like what actually comes through and how much anger does Akutagawa have, you know? Atsushi is blue, right? This might not ring true, and this might just be me overcooking, and it probably is me overcooking a lot. But I hope I hope that it kind of gets you guys thinking as well about like little things like that. And that's why I just stated Amethyst. It's based on the American aspect of things, you know. Red is like, for example, it currently, especially if you look at the psychology wheel of it, it pops up true. And is it popping up true for these characters? If it does, then there you go. You know, that's the main regard. Is there you go. Because red, at least in the United States, is seen as a very angry red, you know, aspect of colors. Color culture could definitely be different in Japan, but at the moment, we're using the American perspective of things in that. Anyway, let's keep going.
その電話でヤシャを操っていたのは誰だ？
芥川という男。
そうか。俺は先に社に戻って報告する。小僧。その電話でヤシャを操っていたのは誰だ？
芥川という男。
Here's an interesting one. Here's a very interesting one. You can do with any kid out there. Have them draw a home and their family. have them draw a home and their family, and then start asking them questions based out of their drawing, like out of genuine curiosity. If they draw a home but it doesn't have a door, ask why. Or they don't have windows, ask why. Why doesn't this house have a window? Tell me about it. You get to find out so much about it. Why is mom drawn like a spider? In case you guys didn't know, I worked with kids for a long time. I did a lot of group therapy for kids, and some of the things that popped up about it that I ended up encountering was like kids can express themselves freely through their art, very freely through the art that is in there, and at times it's a lot easier for them to draw and color their feelings out than it is for them to go ahead and express themselves completely, right? So when you start asking them questions about their drawings, it's a lot easier for them to start like being very open about what is happening. So for example, one of those being like you know yeah, being like, for like, one of the big ones that I brought up was like, oh, okay, like, tell me about like, why is dad not there? Why is mom a spider? Well, come to find out, mom was being very abusive towards the child, and dad was never home. And he couldn't really see outside the windows just yet, so there was no windows in the house because he didn't know if it was day or night because he was locked up in his room a majority of the time. That's what ended up the cycle of, okay, we need to get child protective services involved. Okay, we need to start finding out what is really happening in this regard. Does that make sense? But when I look at her eyes, like, look at her eyes, right? They're all pointing down, right? She's clearly in her feels and her thoughts in this manner. Oh, she's clearly going through it. Like, that's quite a bit, dude.
そうか。俺は先に社に戻って報告する。小僧。娘を軍警に引き渡せ。
でも。
This therapy works for everyone of all ages, Tafri. Art therapy works for everyone of all ages. I've worked with adults in older populations where like I've had them, like, for example, draw, free color and whatnot. They started crying because a lot of times as adults you forget how to be a kid and how to be free and how to draw and how to paint and how to express yourself and allow yourself to make mistakes, because we're so followed through that we have to do certain things in order to be successful. It's kind of scary. Also,
そんなことしたら
35人殺しならまず死罪だな。ポートマフィアに戻っても裏切り者。
She'd be killed as a traitor. Ooh. Ooh.
として殺される。
でも
ならお前が助けるか。極刑の手配犯でポートマフィアの裏切り者。その全てを肩代わりする覚悟がお前にあるのか。
Yes. But also, that's such a scary thing. That is such a scary thing. That is such a terrifying thing to like throw onto the shoulders of Atsushi there. Like, all of a sudden you're saying, take responsibility, shoulder everything, right? Instead of saying like, hey, you know what, we'll work through this together. We have the capacity to do a lot of amazing things. He's laying down all the reasons why he shouldn't, and maybe an expectation that he will. We know that a warrant. We know that Atsushi will take on a bomb, to try and save others. So he will jump on this.
全てを肩代わりする覚悟がお前にあるのか。
それは。
小僧。
Yeah, this is a teacher moment. I'm not telling you to reject empathy for someone who's fallen into misfortune.
不幸の淵に沈んだ者に心を痛めるなとは言わん。だがこの界隈はあの手の不幸で溢れてる。お前のボートは一人乗りだ。救えぬ者を救って乗せれば。
It's interesting the way he's approaching it, but I also have a question here, which is, there's two full things to this, right? Number one, how many of you guys are always playing Captain Save Your Friends. His ideals, yeah. How many of you guys are always in the aspect where you think you can save everyone, right? Or you're jumping through and you're like, oh, I can save them, I can do this, and end up burning yourself out. Like there's a thin aspect in that, right? Where you have to be careful. Like you have to know your boundaries, and you have to know that you can like burn yourself out trying to save someone that you really can't, right? At the same time, can you be empathetic enough to like bring them in and know that there is that capacity for change, right? While acknowledging that there is a lot to work through. I it makes me wonder on both hands. Like number one, if you're always jumping through to save someone, is that because you wish that someone was there to save you at some point in time? And if you don't get involved with others, is that because you learned the hard way that if you do get involved, it usually ends up bad or it's not worth your time? How much of that is a bit of projection that is happening? Oh, Zai, yeah. Zai, stop clocking me. I have it in my notebook. That's in my file of Zai. It's I'm in all of your guys. You guys have all been in my mind palace. Like what can I say? I just pull it out, and there's the files of everyone. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Please don't take that seriously. But that's the main regard. Is I know even Nex is in there. Vince, everyone. No, I say that, because unfortunately it happens way too often. It happens way too often where a lot of individuals, we want someone to be there for us in the same way that we're there for others, but no one really shows up in that regard. You love in such a way that is so empathetic at times and so powerful that it ends up burning you out because people don't meet that expectation of care and love and whatnot. That's a big portion. But at the same time comes in, and I guess I'm going to ask this question of Kunikita and of you guys. What does happiness look like for you? What is happiness? I'm not psychoanalyzing you guys at all. I'm a therapist. I'm a psychologist. I'm not your psychologist. Straight up about it. Not just like I'm getting paid for it, so I'm not going to psychoanalyze you guys in any capacity. What is happiness to you guys? Happiness is my cat. When life is going good, stability, safety, and fun. Your strings. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not sure I've ever felt happiness. Feeling good to me is to be without worries, fulfillment, books. If happiness is woo or we, how often are you guys dealing with depressive days, right? What does sadness look like for you? What does woo days look like for you? It's a very real question, and Bungo Stray Dogs is making us have this conversation. Sadness feels very comforting. Why so? Every day these days. Why so? How can we make your sadness, be a little less sad, all the time, but not as if you're feeling it every day, if you're feeling it 7 days a week, right? What helps you feel a little less sad, chat? Chat, I want to give y'all hugs. I'm sending y'all like a virtual hug here, like, and a head pat for those of you guys that don't like hugs. I feel like everyone's gone through so much, and I hope y'all know that I'm here for y'all. I adore and absolutely love y'all, and I hope that I can make your guys' day a little bit better, and that way we can have a little bit, that balance of wee woo days. We don't always want to stay in the woo days and the sad days or the wee, happy days. Sometimes we just like we need a good balance of the wee woo days. Like ups and downs, and having that stability. And I just want to send all my positive energy and love and adoration out there for y'all, because y'all absolutely deserve it. You know, y'all deserve nothing but love and adoration. So anyway, y'all ready to continue? Sorry, this got a little deep here. This got the Bungo Stray Dogs making us think deep. Let's keep going.
共に沈むぞ。
でも
Wee woo, wee woo.
だとしたら太宰さんはなぜ僕を助けてくれたんだ。
He's putting in the perspectives, right? Why did the Zai help me then? If there was no other reason for it, why did the Zai come through? New vocal stem, let's go. Wee woo, wee woo. Days, we all need him, you know? The 1 million meme. Oh, why did the Zai help me? Well, because the Zai, you know, there's potential in everyone, and I think that's a big portion, you know? That's a big portion. His perspective is a beautiful thing. Atsushi Saver. The community has helped a lot. I'm so glad. I am so glad. Here comes another question that I'm starting to notice is a lot of these characters seem to have some sort of parental issues. The Zai, orphanage. The girl, orphanage as well. Or, you know, parents passed away, orphanage. Let's talk about this just for a second here, because I think it's important to talk a little bit about this, right? Yeah, beautiful people are like silent statues. At times, yes. Let me bring this up. We're the illiterate house cats, chat. And I'm bringing up the grief wheel, which is, how many of you like think that she'd had to go through this in some capacity, or maybe she didn't even have time to go through the grief wheel? Maybe, you know, they passed away and instantly the port mafia just came in and swooped her up, and all of a sudden, you know, she just stayed in a state of protest or shock or disorganization, and in that confusion the port mafia took advantage of it, you know. And all of a sudden, it's an aspect of like, hey, they haven't really gone through all of it. Have you guys lost someone in your life? And has it been a family member? And if so, how have you dealt with it? Have you been in a positive state or in a rough state, right? Where maybe you are still going through this grief wheel. Have you lost a loved one? Maybe a relationship? Because guess what? When you lose someone, a relationship, a loved one, whatnot, you go through this as well. And how long has it taken for you to get out of it? I'll be honest, and you guys might hear me talk about it. It's hard. Yeah, it's like losing someone, losing a relationship, losing your grandma, losing someone that you love, you know, your mom, dad, whoever that may be, takes such a huge toll out of someone, right? It really, really does. My master's thesis was actually on relationship dissolution and self-perceived recovery time, which relationship dissolution is not just about breakups. It's about any relationship ending, right? Death cycles, you name it, right? One of the key things that came out of the thesis that I wrote at that time came out to be, in particular, with your mom passed away last year. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Kai. I don't understand yet because my mom's still alive, but I've been told it's not an easy process, and I can't even imagine what it's like, you know, going through everything that yourself and others are going through in that regard, you know. But highlighting this, right? The grief wheel, right? Inside of that, like inside of a relationship dissolution, what it came to be is a lot of individuals take roughly half the time that they were in a relationship to properly heal. So if you've been, you know, and by healing, I don't necessarily mean that you forget about it. I mean that it just, you have the ability to process things a little bit healthier, right? So, for example, if you've been in a relationship for 6 years, it might take you roughly 2.5 to 3 years to really process that relationship through, like, properly through to an end, right? Where it doesn't necessarily affect you, or you're not compartmentalizing stuff, right? Same thing with other elements, right? The death of a loved one, right? If it took a while for them to pass or stuff like that, it might take a while for you to fully conceptualize it. I hope that you guys are gathering why it's important to talk about grief, and also why it's important to talk about it in this regard with these characters. There's also a big aspect about beautiful people, chat, and beautiful characters. And beautiful characters. What do you think that is? And it's a rough thing that society makes us do, unfortunately. Guess what? It even happens to, especially happens to creators and people like, that are upfront. It's an instant parataxic distortion. It's putting someone on a pedestal. Society tells you that if you're beautiful, you're on a pedestal. If you're beautiful, you have to idolization. Yep, you have to listen to them. They have something to say. They're worth value in some capacity, right? So, for example, I always like showcasing this. There was a period in time where a close friend of mine who's a therapist, I'm not going to mention names or anything like this, right? He's one of my best friends. Studied together, did my master's. He's just a therapist. I'm a psychologist, i.e., done my doctorates. We were working through it. A similar show, similar anime, similar whatnot. We reached the same conclusions, but they take his word because he's an attractive individual at this level, and the emails of hate that I got from the same individuals putting him at this level to me was, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm brown. What do I know about things? Legitimately like the worst of the worst, while at the same time praising the other individual at this like parataxic distortion. So beautiful people are like silent statues, right? And at times you don't need to do much to be glorified and to be idolized and to be put on this thing. It was horrible. We actually had a discussion about it. Me and him were like, that's like these individuals like really can't conceptualize. It doesn't affect me what other people think about me in any capacity. Trust me when I say like A-okay, right? But it's like, it's like we went to the same school together, and like I've continued on my education. So he's even like, you have more education than me, and you know more specifics about what you're talking about. You're an expert in the field. He's like, I don't get why people jump into that. Yeah, it's weird. It is such a weird thing that people have with an aspect as to what they deem beautiful or what they deem valuable. In that instance. What the hell? I know, it's crazy.
ルルルル真珠は一人じゃできないウォウウォウでも二人ならできる
Dazai! No! Dazai! I just wanted to be choked a little, Why can't a guy just enjoy being choked from time to time, Like, bro, I'm so excited. Get it? My pretty princess. The smirk, too. Swear the man's masochist real, dude. Ed, what do you mean, Rain? What do you mean? The he's great. I love him. Think about it, right? He knew that he was rage baiting. He knew that he was rage baiting. He knew that he was rage baiting him. This was done on purpose. Ain't no way.
Ah, 君いたの?
ここに繋がれたものがいかな末路をたどるか知らぬあなたではないはずだが
懐かしいね君が新人の頃を思い出すよ
あなたの罪は重い突然の任務放棄そして失踪天津さえ今度は敵としてポートマフィアに立てつくとても元幹部の所業とは思えぬ
そして君の元上司の所業とは かい？
Oh!
あなたとて不損不滅ではない。異能力に頼らなければ起床できる。その気になればいつ。
But will you? Are you sure you're not like, oh my god, I punched Senpai in the face. Will he notice me now? Hold on. Chat, will Senpai notice him? Stay tuned and find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Hold on. We gotta make sure. We gotta make sure that Senpai can notice him, okay? Will he notice me? Chat, is it happening? Is he noticing me? Not the blush. I love him. I love Aku. That's the go. That's the go. I'm crying.
でも殺せる。
そうかい。偉くなったね。今だから言うけど、君の教育には難儀したよ。飲み込みは悪いし、独断専行ばかりするし、おまけにあのポンコツな能力だ。
Oh.
あなたの虚勢もあと数日だ。数日のうちに探偵社を滅ぼし、人口を奪う。あなたの処刑はその後だ。自分の組織と部下が滅ぶ知らせを摂氏役案して聞くとよい。できるかな？君に。
You'll actually manage that.
私の新しい部下は君なんかよりよっぽど優秀だよ。
Oh no, you put a complex on him. You trigger his cognitive distortions. The Zai, the rage bait, the rage bait. You literally like my new, the new one's better. Like, he knows. Yeah, the Zai is really good at, like, being able to go ahead and manipulate people like this. Really teasing him, yeah. Oh, Aku just having to, like, yeah. When you talk about an ex with your current partner. when you ask what you want for dinner and they still haven't responded, and then you name a spot and they say, I don't want that. They're like, no, I don't want that for dinner. When you ask, how are you doing for the 27th time? Are you okay? And they say, I'm fine, but they're really not fine. They're like, oh, you never ask real questions. Who never knows what they want for dinner? Bro, me too. Me too. I legit have an app that just chooses a random restaurant. Like, so that whenever I'm like, I don't know what I want, I just click it. It tells me what I want. It just decides for me. It helps out a ton. I eat too much. Oh.
足りてよかった。
お前のボートは一人乗りだ。救えるものを救っ。
You only have room for one on your boat. Well, you can call me Noah. Because I can bring two of every person. My boat is big. My boat is huge. Everyone's allowed on in. If you guys want to come to the boat, come and join the Discord. There's a whole boat there for everyone.
お前のボートは一人乗りだ。救えるものを救って乗せれば、共に沈むぞ。
You're both in lip sync.
軍系の屯所に連れて行け。
Oh.
娘に感づかれるなよ。
行けば彼女は死罪。行こう。
どこへ？どこへ？
Oh.
私をどこへ連れて行くの？
どこって？
The realization, chat. The little moments in here were just got too real, right? He's like, he thought he cemented himself, but being asked that question, right? That comes on through, like, where are you taking me? Where are we going? Where's your heart at, Atsushi? What can you really do?
つまりそれは
Oh.
もちろん君が行きたいところだよ。行きたいところとかない？ほら、君くらいの女の子が好きなところ。例えばデートスポットみたいな。ほら、僕も今日は休みをもらえたし、君だってこれまで外で遊ぶことなんてあんまりなかったでしょ。
Oh.
デート？
うん。
あなたと？
うん。特に深い意味があるわけでは。
Oh, what a cutie patootie. By the way, guys, not all dates have to be romantic. Let me throw that out there, right? Not all dates have to be romantic. It can literally just be an innocent, like, yeah, look at the blush, chat. Absolutely. Oh, platonic duo, platonic dates. Absolutely. Actually, I would encourage all of you, if you have like a younger sibling or whatnot, it might be called hanging out. Like that's the normal term, right? But please, like, take them, like, do mock dates with them, so that way they know what is healthy or unhealthy behavior. Teach them young what is healthy and unhealthy behavior. That's what you have to go ahead and do, right? Like if you have that relationship where you're able to go ahead and establish boundaries, right? And go on those like platonic dates and be like, hey, you know what? This is how you order. For example, if I'm going like on a date, this is something that I learned at a very young age, right? Say that I took, I don't know, Rain, Evie, someone out on a date, right? And it's like, hey, I'm gonna make sure that my credit card is on file beforehand. That way you don't even have to think about money. There has to be no awkward conversation. It's all in there. It's all taken care of. We go through, we eat, we have a good time. When we out, like when we're done, and you don't have to actively think about it. Because money is a big concern, is a big aspect that comes through, and individuals are like always thinking about like, oh, well, like, are we going to break it? How do we do this? How do we do that? Right? You can talk about certain things like this. How are you able to go ahead and like establish yourself in certain ways, right? What does it mean to have proper manners at a table? How do you call a waiter, right? How do you establish safe conversations, right? All of this comes into play, and these are topics and conversations that should be happening. So if you have anyone like that, anyone that you're like, that you know of, right? And if you're the youngest sibling and whatnot, you don't have experience, ask. Make sure to ask a friend, right? Or whatnot. Be like, hey, you know what? Let's go on a platonic date. Like, I really want to know what is okay and what isn't okay, Daddy-daughter dates are a big thing. Yes, absolutely. Anyway, I hope that message comes across pretty clear. But also, my sweet little bean. Oh!
はい。おー、でかい野球場だね。
横浜スタジアム。
これが
地図で見た。
Oh, I seen it on the map.
横浜市開港記念館。
I've seen it on the map.
県立歴史博物館。
You're not really going in them though. You're just because maybe this is all the places that maybe she's had to do hits. It'd never really be a part of. So she's only seen them from the outside, but never from the inside. My heart. Oh, she's guiding him, but she's not really stepping in, like, into the buildings to see.
横浜税関本館庁舎。
何でも知ってるね。
地図と建物の構造は全部頭の中に入ってる。
あ、ここは僕も知ってる。赤レンガ倉庫だよね。
ここのクレープ屋さん美味しいよね。ねえ、一口食べさせて。超美味しい。
Admiring the world through a map, chat. Oh.
ああ、評判らしいよ。美味しいクレープのお店だってナオミさんが言ってた。
地図には載ってない。
Oh.
食べたい。
でもさっきあれほど湯豆腐を。
別腹
There's always room for more.
Nai, wow, wow, demo, futari nara dekiru.
Where's Dazai? Where? Everything started clicking suddenly, especially I think a Shakovian gun was just used. I think a Shakovian gun was just used. Oh, hold on. My brain is screaming at me. You guys got to give me a second here. I got to make sure it's the right one. Hold on. Okay. Well, shall I give you guys my thoughts? Let me see real quick. Hold on. Perfect time. I can charge your headphones. I'm glad. Hell yeah. We have good timing. All right, hold on. My brother, sorry. In case y'all don't know, like, all right, anyway. We'll keep going for a bit. I want to solidify my thoughts just a little bit more here with this scene in particular. I have some thoughts already, and it has a lot to do with the way a Shakovian gun was dropped. And I want to go ahead and mark this for this conversation, okay? All right, let's go.
地図には載ってない食べたい
でもさっきあれほど湯豆腐を
別腹
Oh, she wants her crepes and she needs them now. Ah! Oh my goodness.
欲しいぬいぐるみが手に入った
Oh. The thing is, Atsushi needs to be so fucking careful right now. There's layers out here. Atsushi needs to know that they're on his ass. He needs to be so careful. Not because I think that she will betray him. No, actually, quite the opposite. I think one of the big things for this is you're by yourself and there was already an incident and the Zai is no longer around. Is paying for all of this. Yes. I know, it's so sweet though. Like the fact that, like, you know, they're having this moment is wonderful. But for Atsushi, I think he should be careful because ultimately they're after him and they can get him in any capacity. I wouldn't even put it past it that all of a sudden, like, hold on. All of a sudden, right? Oh, would you like some ice cream? Oh, don't mind the suspicious van that I'm in. Come on through. Don't worry about it. Oh no, it's free. It's just, you know, it's just in the van. Don't worry. Yeah, just. What is this? What you got? Oh no. I state this because I'm looking at this and I'm like, he has to know that there are people that are probably watching him 24/7 that are just like, hey, you know, like, how come, like, bro, you're the #1 target of people, you know? Are you kidnapping chat right now? Yes. How many? Hats? Or just in general, how much stuff do I have? Because I have quite a bit. You know, chat, we are cooked. You know, we can go with Neko Ed. We can go with French Ed. You know, just depends as far as we're going. We can go with Reindeer Ed. You tell me, and we can do all of that. I like the ears. There you go. Anyway, anything but the chef hat. Ed is the night. Yes. Anyway, Oh, it already happened a long time ago. The Zyfad. There's a. In case y'all didn't know, I actually did a full maid outfit. I teach martial arts, and a lot of the martial arts that I teach tend to be for like military personnel, individuals that come on through, right? And they're very much discriminating against individuals in the way that they were dressing, especially individuals, you know, that tend to dress a little bit more feminine. And so for one of the events, I just went through and I dressed up in a full maid outfit, and you know, as their sensei, I pretty much beat the crap out of them in a maid outfit. I think the pictures are still around somewhere out there, you know, and I'm like, I don't care. It's a dress. It's whatever, dude. Yeah, maid Ed is out there in a capacity. So yeah, that's incredible. Oh my god. Oh, it was funny. It was great, you know, because it was a nice fluffy pink dress, pink maid outfit, with like white gloves, you know, all of that. Anyway, I know, beast mode. Oh. You're doing so many little things. Oh, my heart. She's so happy.
もう一つだけ行きたいところがある。
はいはい。すごい行動力だ。
あそこ。
No. And no, don't tell me that she wants to like turn herself in.
もう十分楽しんだから。
It's more than she deserves or she thinks she deserves.
本当は湯豆腐だけのはずだったのに。
でも捕まれば君は
多分死罪。35人殺した私は生きていることが罪だから。それにフォートマフィアに戻っても私は処刑。
You've killed 35 people, but that means that now you have to save so many more. You want it to feel as though you want a reason to live. Then, you know, then you have to save so many more people going forward. Like, oh no, my poor baby. I told you, bro, watch out for the ice cream man. He just made strawberry jam out of you. No, the ice cream man was right behind you the entire time. TB man just came out of nowhere, dude. No. No. You fulfilled your mission. Oh. In her body? Oh. And my dude got adult napped. And my dude got adult napped. In the van. Why'd you have to say it like that? That wasn't me, dude. That was the comment that broke me. Like father, like son. The ice cream man confirmed. Oh. Oh. TB man, why'd you have to do it like this?
Atsushi君がさらわれました。小僧が。
Sorry, gotta activate my power. Chat! Bop, 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 ba da da, bop, bop, bop. Okay, got it. Chat. I think a couple of things. Number one, the Zai's being held on purpose, i.e., he more than likely has a solution or has a way out. He doesn't really need a lot of help, i.e., the rage baiting, the solutions that we have in there. How he's able to go ahead and meticulously think out what they need to go ahead and do, right? How they're approaching the scenario, rage baiting TB man, you know, not purposely getting caught, but more like allowing himself the opportunity to get caught. And more than likely, it makes me wonder that there has to be a reason for this, i.e., someone that they may want to connect with, information that they may want to go ahead and get, or they might be able to go ahead and escape at some point in time. I want to say purposely getting caught, more like being able to go ahead and escape at any point in time, but yet not doing so. The Zai has this ability that I think at times we underestimate his abilities. But aside from that, when we talk about Atsushi, there's a couple main concerns that come off of this. If I'm wrong, by the way, if I'm wrong, if I'm right, I don't know, my headset will break or something. I don't care. On Sushi, right? Atsushi being abducted by the ice cream TB man has a number of things that are actually happening in here, right? Which is number one, where could he be at? Is it the port because it's the part of the port mafia, right? Or is it more to go ahead and kidnap him in order to destabilize the detective agency? Because the more that we destabilize them, the better that it is, right? The more time that they're able to go and build up and take out everyone involved, because clearly Atsushi is a big threat. And when we're looking at this, we have to understand that there's a time crucial element to this. The further away that you can put Atsushi, the better it is. So how far away can you put Atsushi in order to try and go ahead and buy off time in order for you to establish what you got to go ahead and do? Well, there's been a Sokovian gun that's being dropped since earlier, and you've heard them drop it. Chat. Boats. It's the Port Mafia holding Atsushi in a type of boat, either i.e. at the Port Mafia itself or heading into some sort of international waters in some capacity, right? And by this, if you head to international waters, it buys time. It also allows for something safe, to, like, you know, if something happens, for a safe distance, for not enough time for people or individuals to be able to come on back. You know, i.e., where is Atsushi? Are they at the port? Are they being held at a facility? Or are they on a boat onto some sort of waters? International waters, for sakes. Where are they? I don't know. But what... Anyway, I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. Well, I didn't even get the other one from the throne list, Lena. I haven't gotten any. Bro, cooking too hard. I don't know. We'll see how long it takes. I might be completely wrong. I might be overcooking. I usually am overcooking by a significant amount. Like new, look. Like new, you see? Like new. Yay! I don't know. I might be wrong here. I'm just thinking here, like, if I was, like, in their shoes, what would I do? Put yourself in their shoes, in their capacity. What would you do? All right. Anyway, let's keep... Oh, wrong one. Let's keep going.
よりによって今か。
はい、出ました。
小僧が。よりによって今か。
はい。
宣告入った省庁幕僚の護衛以来で、社は上を下への大騒ぎだ。捜索に避ける人手がない。小僧の行き先はつかめているのか。
はい。目撃情報によると、白昼の路上で襲われてトラックに押し込まれ、その後の行方は用として。
まずいな。
That was a van, but yeah.
連中は独自の密輸ルートを無数に持っている。人一人ぐらい誰の目にも触れずに運ぶぐらい造作もない。
なんとか助けないと、このままでは。
助ける？なんで？彼がさらわれたのは人口とか懸賞金とか、つまり個人的な問題でしょ？うちは彼の養護施設じゃないし、彼も守ってもらうためにうちに入ったわけじゃない。
でも、淳君は探偵社の一員で。
いや、乱歩さんの言う通りだ。俺たちが動くのは筋が違う。
国木田さん。
警察に通報すべきでは？
小僧は災害指定猛獣として手配中です。事態が露見すれば探偵社もそば杖を食います。
So instead of them thinking about like, oh, you know what, like a positive work culture. Wait, I remember it's Japan. Hold on. A positive work culture, or, you know, caring about one another. It's immediately, how is this going to affect our reputation? You know what? Like, we can just call the police to go take care of it. It's the least of our priorities, you know?
皆さんの大好きな筋とかべきとかで議論していたら、100年経っても何も決まらなそうなので、この方をお呼びしました。
She really went and called the president? Damn, Rainzawa! Damn! They really went through it. They're like, hey, you know what? If y'all aren't gonna do shit, like, I called the manager. Yeah, she even got like, oh.
社長、申し訳ありません。業務が終了次第、 谷崎と情報を集めて。
必要ない。全員聞け。新人がかどわかされた。全員追上に当たれ。無事連れ戻すまで現業務は凍結とする。
凍結？
しかし幕僚護衛の仕事が。
私から連絡を入れる。案ずるな。子役人を待たせる程度の貸しは作ってやる。
社長、本当にいいの？
何がだ乱歩。
何がって理屈で言えば
仲間が窮地、助けねばならん。それ以上に重い理屈がこの世にあるのか。
Oh. Do I ask or don't I? Is Rampo and Fukuzawa a ship here? I don't know if I should ask or not. Dead. I'm yeah. Like look at the face. Like look, please no. But you just started one. No, I hope not. Look at the way they're able to actually have this like confrontation here. Oh, and oh my god, no, huge age gap. Kinda age gap.
仲間が窮地、助けねばならん。
We've seen worse.
それ以上に重い理屈がこの世にあるのか。国木だ。
In Japan, yes, it was one of the first ships there were, along with Dazai and Atsushi. Ah, there you go. But no, to me, it's like the fact that he's able to communicate this way with all of them and put them in their place. I mean, he's the president for a reason, right? And ultimately, he's right. Like, you have to take care of, like, without Atsushi there, it's going to affect the morale of everyone. It's going to affect the morale of everyone, right? And so you have to come in and put some strict regulations, some strict aspects.
3時間で連れ戻せ。
3 hours. Sheesh.
予想通りなら今頃あっちも頃合いかな。
相変わらずの
Oh, is that Ginji?
その声はいいねこりゃ。
Executive.
最高の眺めだ。
Suya.
100の名画にも勝るぜ。
It rivals even a masterpiece. And he's got the drip ability for the tainted sorrow. Hey, Ginji coming on through with his collar.
だざい。
Was that collar for the Zai, Ginji? Were you and the Zai friends or partners or something at some point in time? Ginji, you gotta talk to me here. Hold on. Evie. That's just the worst.
いい反応してくれるじゃないか。くびり殺したくなる。
全然変わらないね、昼夜。
どういう意味だ。
前から疑問だったのだけれど、その恥ずかしい帽子はどこで買うの？
バガボンド。いい年こいてまだ自殺がどうとか言ってんだろ。どうせ、少しは否定する気配くらい見せろよ。
At least pretend to deny.
だが今やてめえは悲しき領主。泣けるな、ダザイ。いや、それを通り越して少し怪しいぜ。でっちの芥川は騙せても、俺は騙せねえ。何しろ俺はてめえの元愛。
In bed. I fucking knew it. I knew it, chat. I had a feeling the way that we're talking with one another, the collar, you know, the fact that this eye is all chained up. This is all some sick, perverted fantasy of Ginji here. No, I'm kidding. I don't. Oh no, chat, don't kill me. But no, it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. You know, it makes sense that like they're all, you know. that they get along in this way, especially if they've been partners. Like at times you have a hidden language with them, and you know how people act, you know, in that manner, in that way, shape, or form. Oh my goodness, though, he's hot. He's hot. Ah, chat. Why you gotta introduce a Ginji that's hot?
だからな、何するつもりだ。
何って見たままだよ。
捕まって処刑待ち。
あの太宰が不運と肩で捕まるはずがねえ。そんなクズなら俺がとっくに殺してる。
考えすぎだよ。そもそも君
Oh,
何しに来たの？
his face!
嫌がらせだよ。あの頃のてめえには散々。
Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Hey, chat, let's get some A-yos! Hey! Oh, I know. I mean...
もてあそばれたんだ。だがそういうのは大抵後で10倍で返される。てめえが何を企んでるか知らねえが、俺と戦え太宰。てめえの腹の計画ごと叩き潰してやる。
昼夜。
He's cool. I like him.
いつで
This is, you know, I had a feeling he could have escaped at any point in time because it's not like designed to put himself in a situation.
も逃げられたってか。
君が私の計画を阻止？冗談だろ。
いい展開になってきたじゃねえか。
市内の監視映像を洗え。6時間以内すべてだ。
Oh, Rampo's just.
商工会の管理台長は
ここに。
あ、ダメだ。これ4コマ漫画載ってないや。ケンジ君。
はい。
近所にいい感じの殺人事件ないか調べてくんない？
いいですけど、後で社長に怒られますよ。
やっぱいい。
これだ。誘拐を目撃した観光客から提供されたものです。
ありふれたタイプだ。
はい。ナンバーも偽造でした。しかし横浜でこの手の偽造業者となると限られます。心当たりの修理業者に検事が当たったところ、快く教えてもらいました。
Talking? More like threatening? Yeah, I was about to say, that did not look like talking. Look at the back, it's a giant dent in it. Like, talking?
心
Nah, my man literally just made a
業者に
huge...
検事が当たったところ、快く教えてもらいました。
トラックの所有者はカルマトランジットです。
密輸業者上がりの運び屋でした。
そいつらに聞けば輸送先がわかるか。
はい。オートマフィア以外で誘拐の全容を知る者がいるとすれば、こいつらしかいません。現在谷崎が現場で待機中。いつでも踏み込めます。
了解しました。これから潜入します。
様子は？
湖の底みたいに静かです。人の気配が全くなく。まさか。やられた。先手を撃たれました。
Whoa.
どうした？
口封じに全員殺されてます。
芥川だ。
Yeah.
どうすんだい？唯一の手がかりがおじゃんだ。
ランポ。出番だ。
やんないとダメ。
ランボさん、ここはどうか。
ランポ。もしつつがなく新人を連れ戻せたら。
特別ボーナス昇進結構ですよ。どうせ
褒めてやる。
So noted, he has a praise kink. Absolutely. He locks in with praise. That's his love language, right? Words of affirmation. There we go. He was just like me.
そこまで言われちゃしょうがないな。
Oh. I'm learning so much about Rampo here, right? Words of affirmation, life or death situation, no deal. Praise, real.
異能力超推理。なるほど。淳君の居場所はここだ。速度は20ノット。公開。
No, 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 wait. No, wait. No. I mean, it's logical. It is logical, right? They have a couple routes of transportation, right? Yeah. You know, I ain't even surprised anymore. They have a couple routes of transportation, by land, by air, or by sea. Considering that it's the Port Mafia, then more than likely you're going to have a by sea method, you know? I was screaming! What do you mean?
今はね。
海か。輸送先は戸津国か。まずい。
No.
国外に運ばれたら手の出しようがない。
Yeah.
国木だ。使え。港にある社の高速艇だ。
おお。
必ず連れて戻れ。
Hell yeah! Oh!
国木だ。
Hell yeah!
中島敦を救出に向かいます。死ぬなよ、小僧。
No! Ah! It was so good! It was so good! Oof. Oh, this has been such an amazing first season, hasn't it? Oh, nope, no spoilers. No spoilers here. I will say this, though. Fantastic episode. Honestly, what a way to drive everything up. And why do I feel like, even with Gyoka there, right? Like, we're about to become more than family here, right? Like, she's going to come through, be a part of the agency, help everyone out. It felt short. It felt like it just flew on by. And it's been over 2 hours and 40-something minutes. That's crazy. I actually like Jinji. I think Jinji and the Zai's dynamic is fun and interesting. I wonder if Jinji would ever turn into our side and be a part of the good guys. I would love to see like Jinji and the Zai go on adventures together, you know? Like Jinji is so great. He is fantastic. But with that being said, chat, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, that whole ordeal. And also, I will say, please take care of yourself. If you're down in a bad like time at the moment, you're thinking about ending your life or having thoughts, please don't. If you're like, hey, I need a sign, someone that says I care about me, this is your sign. I might not know you, right? But know that I care about you. A random stranger on the internet, is telling you to please not end your life, and please take care of yourself. Please seek out mental health help in your area. If you need support, of course, the Discord is there, But I do have to say, like, ultimately, each and every single one of you bring value into this world in some capacity. And even past Bungo Stray Dogs and past everyone, y'all are so amazing and so absolutely incredible. And I just can't say thank you enough. Thank you enough for being here. Thank you enough for checking out the videos. And I hope that they help you understand your world and the characters a little bit better. With that being said, I'm going to limit the general stage this time to your impression and one question, and that's it. Otherwise, it's going to take everyone, It's going to take everyone coming on board, and it's going to take a long time, and I got to be out in like 45 minutes because I got to give the dogs food and I got to dip to a location. So, with that being said, Bungo Stray Dogs discussion time, episode 9. All right, here we go. Hi. Hello. Oh. Hello. Making sure I can be heard. Looks that way. Hiya. Welcome on in. Oh. Y'all are too. A lot of people are joining. It's pushing. Raid, where are you at? There you go. Fuck, Raid. There you go. Gotcha. Finally.
I'm here.
Hi. Isn't it like 3 a.m. for you?
No, it's 9 a.m.
Oh gosh. Hi, Rain. How you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. I've missed you. Like genuinely this week. I don't know why. I've had like a big rain. Like I don't know. I just felt like I needed your presence for a bit here.
Oh.
Yeah. Not to be cheesy.
Didn't. No, don't worry. I didn't have an easy week, to be honest.
Oh.
But now it's all good. I'm here with all of you, and I have this chance to speak about my favorite thing. So it's okay.
Well, welcome on through, and I hope that it makes your day a little bit better to be here.
Oh, totally.
With that, what'd you think of the episode?
What do you think of the episode?
I liked it. I actually liked Shinji's introduction. I thought that was awesome.
Yes.
Is he your favorite ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Chuya is my favorite character.
Oh,
so
he's a cool character. I'm just
Yes, I'm so happy he finally appeared.
Oh. By the way, what was the bingo slots y'all were fighting about?
I have a question actually for that. Do you read minds?
Why?
Just wondering.
No, I don't.
Do you read minds?
I don't have no superpowers. I wish I did. Why?
I have another question then.
Okay.
Do you hate bingo?
Why? Why?
Because somehow you managed to dodge a lot of things.
That I usually do, or what?
And we were screaming. That we did put in the bingo, and you accidentally dodged basically half of it.
Was I rage baiting you guys then? Oh no. How?
Absolutely. You were like Daza in this episode, the rage baiter.
How though? Like, what did you guys have? Like, I gotta see this. Like, what?
For spoiler reasons, we cannot show you everything. But a few things were like, for example, the chef hat. That somehow it was the only one you didn't put on today.
It's in the washer.
No. The Death Note music.
I changed it up because there was
on.
I changed it up because there was a comment in the comment section saying that like, oh, you always use its Death Note. So I was like, okay, I'll change it up. Oh no!
No way!
You guys are playing yourself. What else?
But somehow we have 3 or more people who managed to actually get a bingo. So shout out to them and
You
congratulations. No, I was very close though. If only you didn't notice the ads, then I would have gotten a bingo.
Dang.
But you noticed.
And then for those of you on Twitch or the Vods, they've been in a voice chat for over 100 hours or close to 100 hours.
We just reached the 100 hours, actually. We literally just reached it.
That is insane. Congratulations. I'm so proud of y'all. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, we literally took shifts for 100 hours to stay in the VC. Based on our time zones.
And y'all were getting like kicked out and stuff based on like if you fell asleep or not. Like, wow.
Yes. It was a challenge.
Anyway, alrighty. Let's bring on Lena real quick because I think she's just going to say her bit and then probably go down, which is like, don't spoil, I'm assuming. Oh. Hi, Lena.
Okay.
It's true.
Oh.
So that would make me believe now, but it's more of a, again, guys, don't spoil. Remember, Ed said he'll keep it pretty short. I'm tired. This was rough. But also, Ed, check DMs when you can, please.
Uh-oh.
Yes, that is something. That's something. Hinting no guiding, no mentioning difference between the other different media of the series.
Yeah, the light novels, the manga, please don't.
Yeah. You know you like it better, but Ed's already said what he wants to focus on the anime first.
Yes, I was about to say, please don't spoil. No spoilers. If you do spoil, just remember you have a lot of people in the audience and on the VOD channel and whatnot that get a little angry. So please. Alrighty. Well, thank you, Lena. I appreciate it. I read it.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. See, wonderful mods. They come up here. Congratulations, Rain, on becoming a mod as well. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I got promoted.
Yeah, you're now President Rainzawa officially. Alrighty. You ready?
For real.
Let's jump into it. Let's bring up Kimch first.
Yes.
Hi, Kimch. Hi. How you doing?
Hi.
Doing fine. It is currently 2 a.m. over here. First things first. A very lighthearted, very affectionate, fuck you for not bringing out the chef hat. I could have gotten it!
No! It was dirty! It was dirty!
I was missing only that!
It was dirty!
Man.
Also, the mods got me in trouble. They've been getting me in trouble for not stopping for ads. So y'all can thank them as well for...
God damn it.
Yeah.
For the greater good, but at what cost?
At what cost? Your bingo, I swear.
Oh, God. But yeah, no, that aside. Episode good. I do like rewatching, like, especially like this first season, with you reacting to it, because I realized that, like, I remember like the gist of it, and I remember like most of what happens, but there's like occasionally like little scenes and details that I forget. So rewatching this now is very, very fun to be like, oh right, that's how that went down exactly. So that's very neat.
Awesome. No, yeah.
I have one. Oh, yep.
Go ahead.
What? Okay. One question. I I know I have a feeling where a lot of people are probably going to go with this episode. My thing was any thought. Well, big question and possible follow-up question. Any thoughts beyond what you've shared or whatever in during the episode on that scene, that little scene between Rampo and Fukuzawa? Any initial little things, ideas, thoughts?
Oh, that they have a longer history together, that there's probably more to it that will probably pop up in Rampo's history, and that Rampo was probably a poor abandoned kid in some capacity or struggled with connection in some way, shape, or form, hence why he developed the praise kink. Or not kink, but like praise as words of affirmation in any capacity, and hence why,
sure.
hence why they're looking
whatever it's called these days.
Hey, we all have something, I don't judge here. We don't judge kinks here at all,
A weakness for it.
I'm joking. Okay, I'm joking.
Yeah, we listen and we don't judge. He's a good boy, okay? He's a good boy, good girl. He's everything all together. I adore Rampo. But
I do love him.
I think it's exposing a lot more of Rampo's history. And that's sort of what I want to dig into. Is like, will there ever be like an OVA or like a movie or a season dedicated to it?
I don't know, maybe.
So okay, wait, hold on.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Then are more of like, let me ask this question then. Are more like autistic traits presented in the history of Rampo?
I don't know.
Okay, so then did he struggle socializing as a kid?
What do you think? Based on what we've seen from him until now.
Oh, interesting. So you did a double your tonality there. So, okay, with that though, that's interesting because now it's like, is the Rampo that we're seeing now a Rampo that they've had to work through and like, i.e. mask up to become more socially apparent?
Sorry, come again? I genuinely zoned out for a second there. I am tired, sorry.
Adding that to my list. Let me hold on.
I wonder, do you have like lists of like several of us just like trying to note down like little like traits or things or whatever?
Oh, I know your guys' speaking habits or like.
Oh, that's cool.
Like not like know them, right? But like people have have speaking habits that are quite interesting. So whenever you guys differentiate or go away from it, or you start stuttering at random words, or you try and like project or deject or whatnot, all of a sudden it becomes like,
dude, I've been stuttering for my whole life.
Yes, but you do a double stutter, or like you do your tonality goes down whenever you're trying to deflect, which is interesting. Oh, and all of a sudden chat's like, oh god, he can pick up on tonalities. Yeah, it's one thing that you have to
if you think so.
I would assume so. At the time, I know. But I'm writing down Rampo.
Right, because I did have a follow-up to that one whenever you're done.
Go ahead. No, I'm just typing. I'm writing it into his journal.
Right. Because my actual question was, because you've now like very much zoned in on like Rampo and the possibilities that could lie there. My question was whether you think this is a Rampo specific case, or whether this is something, this type of dynamic situation, whichever, is something that could also apply to other agency members. Because from what we've seen of the president so far, he's kind of like a very like stoic, reserved kind of person, very, very to the point. And we haven't really seen him like give out much of like compliments, praise, or whatever. So do you think that's a Rampo specific thing? Or do you think that other characters, even if there wouldn't be like, like with Rampo, it was like he didn't want to do he didn't want to participate, and then he just jumped to action. Do you think just the idea of their president, like giving them praise and rewarding them would have a similar effect or the same effect on them? Or do you think that's just Rampo?
I think President Rainzawa has an area of effect, like, and just in general to all, right? For some reason, I have a feeling that like we're gonna hear more or see more of AOE from the president, which is essentially it can be, you know, praising. It could be some. It helps out in some way, shape, or form. Is my assumption of it. Is it correlates with the president in some regard.
Interesting.
And others might have I mean, don't we all have praise kinks in some capability? Like, don't we all like to be
depending.
praised? I mean, some
more
people
than
like
others,
to be
yeah.
some people like to be degraded, you know, but other people other people like to be praised, you know. That's okay. So yeah, do I think other people like to be praised? Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I guess like my idea was like more so like I mean I guess like that was like you're assuming that this is like a Rambo specific thing.
No,
the way
I'm
that he
assuming,
reacted.
I'm assuming off of this episode, just out of how Rampo reacted, we're only focusing on Rampo because of his reaction to it.
Right, that was like my question. Right,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, Kim, I'm putting you back down because I gotta zoom through this.
Right.
Thank you. Well, wait, hold on. Did you freak out at all during this episode?
Well, outside of the bingo?
or just from like any of the analysis or predictions we were doing? Predictions. Analysis, really, or
trying to think. Probably. I feel like that's just like the usual for every episode at some point.
Oh God. Well, awesome. Thank you so much. All right, I'm putting you down. Thank you.
Bye.
Rain, what about you?
Bye. Okay, so first of all, yes, I screamed.
You screamed?
In a few moments. Yes. But even though I was in the VC, I was muted, so I didn't like scare others. but yeah, it's the morning. It's 9 a.m. I can scream. Yeah, it was especially when Chuya appeared, and in other parts as well. But I will not say that.
Oh, okay. Well, coming up next, Leaf. One impression, one question, and we move. Hi.
No.
Hi.
Okay, so one impression and one question. Okay, I have a question and I have an impression.
Okay.
One, I for making sure I got second place in the bingo. Thank you. This is great.
Let's go.
I adore.
Yeah.
Oh God, this episode is probably one of my favorites in season one. It's season one is very much one of my very good introduction, but this episode has so much packed into it. So honestly, the impression of just seeing someone watch it is super cool and figure out stuff before Wampo.
Well, this episode was great. Yeah, it just had everything that made it go by really quickly. So that was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. And then I have a question. What is your opinion on the Octogawa and Dazai scene?
The fact that he is a Notice Me senpai. Straight up, he's like, you know, straight like, hey, you know what? Like the other person that's under my wing is already better than you. And he gets so triggered, he comes back and punches him. You know, that's a straight up. I have a feeling, TB man Aku is gonna end up working with us in some capacity. You know, he's gonna end up feeling that like. Coming over to the good side or semi-gray side, I guess, if we want to call it that way. I don't know. I like him. I like Aku. I think he's a fun character.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love most of the Mafia characters, even if they're morally gray and black, and you know.
Exactly.
That's what's interesting. What makes this series so interesting is you have so many more different characters that you have to play with.
Mm. And they're all like in play at the same time, which is great because it feels like a giant chessboard. They're all moving simultaneously, and it doesn't feel like one character is just out of reach. So that's awesome. I love it. Mm-hmm. Alrighty, Leaf. I'm putting you back down. Sorry, my mods are keeping a strict time on me.
Well, it's okay.
Thank you, though. I appreciate you. Bye.
Bye.
Rain, I had a dream. Well, I've had many dreams this week. I had a lot of dreams about you, though. Like President
really?
Rainsawa being evil. I had a dream that you weren't sleeping.
What? What do you mean?
That you were like struggling, you know. Where
Oh,
was
that's true.
why are people angry? Like where was this in stream? What do you mean? Yeah, no, I had a lot of dreams, so it was great. Anyway.
Oh, they are angry because you said the sentence I had a dream.
Sleepy!
And
Hello.
yeah. Hi.
Hello. I'm so excited to talk here again. I'm jumping the gun and I'm talking too fast again. But
You're fine.
my
It's okay.
impression I joined a bit late because I was studying for my SATs, and I joined right in on you saying he's on a ship heading out to to waters, and I was like, oh, so he's at what episode? What is going on? What part is he on? And then I noticed what part you were on in the episode, and I was like, no,
No.
no.
You're
There's
like,
no way. There's no way I happened to jump right in on, on you saying right before the scene in the agency, right before the deduction happens. Oh, he's on a ship heading to open waters. What? Insane.
Oh, well, thank you. But also, I mean, that's just my ability, right? I don't really have an ability, but kind of like logically breaking things down. And I think I did a good enough job. I mean, I got to the same conclusion as Rampo, not as specific, but there-ish.
I don't think anyone, like a possible human, real life human being, could guess from the evidence that they have that a ship is going at 20 knots out to sea randomly. What? It still confuses me to this day how he got the specific speed of the boat.
Yeah, that's insane. That is
Why
insane.
do you know that?
Yeah, out of all things, he's a boat expert too. Anyway,
Rompo's real ability is that he's autistic about boats.
you know that boats and trains.
Could be.
Sleepy, do you have a question though? Because mods are like putting up that you have a minute left.
Oh, my fault. My fault. I want to know what your impressions of some of the character interactions in this episodes are. Well, obviously people pointed out the Dazai and Akutagawa ones and the Rampo and Fukuzawa ones, but any other character interactions that you were very interested in talking about?
Yasuno in general. Yasuno's the one that
Yasuno is very interesting.
Yeah, she's the one I kind of want to do a deep dive on.
My favorite one from this episode specifically is Kunikida. We're getting more on him.
Yeah, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I love Kunikida, but
Kunikida's all. Yes, continue. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're good. You're good. It just makes me wonder if we're I don't know how else to say it. It scares me that we're about to start seeing the descent of the agency. And with that being said, we're out of time. Sleepy, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bye bye. I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Go Mimi's. Thank you. Oh, okay. We're bringing someone else up. Kana. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, ¿cómo estás? How you doing, Kana?
I'm so incredibly disappointed.
What?
I was going to win first place, and you didn't guess that. You didn't guess that Kyoka knew about the police station.
You know, I had it in my mind that she had already picked it up, but I didn't say it. I was gonna say it.
God.
Like, and that's why I stopped there, you know, but I stopped and didn't say anything because I was like, yeah, I think that's self-explanatory. So I didn't say it because I thought it was self-explanatory at that point in time. No.
Well, yeah, I didn't win. Okay. Okay.
I didn't win. You're so angry about it. Like, it's my fault. Fuck.
I was so excited. But well, impressions. This chapter is my second favorite chapter of the season. mostly because of Chuya. I love Chuya very much, and I love Chuya's relationship with Dazai.
Mhm.
I actually learned like the whole dub in Spanish.
Mhm.
The lines I know almost all of them.
Really?
Yeah,
So,
of just their interaction.
so if we ever did like hold on, if we ever did like a light novel reading, would you guys be up to do the voices and help me get through it
Oh my god, I would. I
at some point?
yeah, completely.
I'm not saying that we're gonna do it today or but I'm just thinking about it. It's an idea.
If it happens, I do sign up for it. I do want to.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Okay. Question. Now you know that as I was an executive. What are your opinions about it?
I mean, I thought I had already guessed it at the very beginning,
Well,
like
yeah.
episode 2, I think, or episode 1, somewhere around there. Thoughts about it? It's he must have left for a purpose. Something must have been going astray. Yeah, you guessed it, episode 2. Something must have been going astray for him to like inside of the port mafia that no longer lined up with his own beliefs, or he saw something that wasn't quite right. Is my opinion on it. Hence why he left, and he left it like everyone quite literally like gasped, because we had Jinji kind of angry that he left. We had Aku angry that Senpai left. Like all of Jinji can no longer have Desire pulling him by his collar, being like, partner, we're gonna go do this, and Aku, can't get the praise anymore from Desire. So it's like everyone kind of lost out in the Port Mafia. It's rough.
Okay.
Okay.
And with that being said, your time is up. I'm sorry, Kanda. We're gonna have to move through it quickly.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you. Am I just making everyone gay at this point in time?
Well, I mean, maybe.
Oh no. Oh no! Don't tell me that's gonna turn out that Yasuna also has a ship and she's actually lesbian. All along.
Oh, Yosano. Oh, well, we'll see.
Ah! Or bye. I mean, everyone's welcome here. We're a big welcoming community.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, all right. Let's bring on Annie. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Hi, welcome on in.
Oh wait, sorry. Hi.
Hi.
Um. Sorry, I was eating, so it caught me off guard. Sorry.
What you eating?
Pancakes.
Oh, that sounds so good. I didn't eat breakfast today, so that sounds amazing.
They're so good. My
And
one of my best friends made it, and it was really good.
Anyway, impressions or a question?
Well, I have a question. First question. What do you think of Akutagawa's and Kyoka's relationship?
Kyoka. Kind of like an abusive father. If we're being honest about it, that's sort of where it's coming up is essentially like a very very abusive father that it's probably like, I don't want you doing, you have to listen to what I say, do as I say, yeah. For me, it reminds me of a lot of the cases that I've had to go into and like deal with abusive families where they were mistreating their kids, and at times it's like, you don't talk to strangers unless I allow you to, or I have air tags on your backpack and on you at all points in times. I have the parent app, so I know what you're doing on Facebook and social media, and I see every message, every comment, every website that you go into at all points in times, and you have no privacy, no doors on your room, like all of that like type of mentality is sort of what I'm getting.
They really do give that vibe. That's a great insight.
Yeah, the messed up thing is, I just think that Aku doesn't know how to love, I guess, or how to appropriately like showcase fathership, I guess, if we're gonna call it that way. No one's taught him, you know. His own father left him. If we're gonna, his own senpai left him at an early age, apparently.
Uh, that's really interesting.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, with that being said, our time's almost up. Any last things?
Well, I'm very mad you didn't use Death Note music.
Why? Another bingo.
I was expecting it. How could you not use it?
Wow. You know what, Addie? Next time I'll use it for you. Thank you, though. I'm gonna drop you back down. Bye.
Bye.
Man, people are really upset about their bingos, huh?
I win. Like I think. Hi, Nikolai.
Hi, Nikolai.
Hi.
I think we started something with the bingo.
Yeah, Gamba is serious.
I was so mad about the bingo.
Oh, no.
Why?
No, because the intro, everyone was getting mad about the intro.
Why?
Because because one of the things
Oh,
was
yeah.
saying when will Gingy come up, and you just skipped past Chuya, and then another thing was bullying Akutagawa, and you instead said that you weren't going to bully Akutagawa and that you started to like him.
Wow.
Yeah, but then he bullied Akutagawa, so it's okay. We crossed that out anyways.
Why were you nice to him? I can't be nice to anyone now, apparently, according to you guys.
No.
I did want to ask, what do you think of Dazai and Chuya's relationship?
Like lovers or what?
But just like
no, like,
no,
like
I mean like just like their relationship, like not as anything, just like
oh, okay, like
I mean, we could run with that too. If
I
you want.
yeah.
No, you guys just said like what is their relationships? I was like, oh, like a partners or
It was the first thing you said.
I actually think that they have a I don't know, I think their relationship's gonna be very interesting going forward. I think it'll evolve. I think they have a like it's that competitive nature. If you've ever been with a partner or you've ever like not a romantic partner, but like somebody that you've had to team up with, you develop sort of a competitive spirit with them. So I can totally see like Gingy here coming up and being like, hey, you know what? Like, I've gotten so much better. I'm better than you in some capacity, right? I'm so OP. I can do this. I tip my fedora whenever I see people walk through, right? Like, I can see Gingy just evolving, you know, as an individual. I don't know. I see their partner relationship probably evolving, and then I could totally see 100% Gingy coming on through to the detective agency.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Now, as lovers, I could totally see the fact that, like, Dazai even said it in there, you know? And with that being said, sorry, we have to go to move you down or 3 minutes is up. Bye, Nikolai! Appreciate you!
Bye! No, what were you saying?
Nothing.
Now I'm curious.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Vince!
Oh, hello?
Hi, how you doing?
I am one away from 6 bingos, and I'm never going to get any of them.
No.
What was it?
I can't tell you. I can't tell you on any of them.
Wow.
But I have a comment. I've been thinking it's really funny how every opening you go, where's the ginger? When am I going to meet the ginger? And technically, you've been seeing him, but you've also been hearing him because his voice actor is the singer of that opening.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes.
No, he has a great voice.
Mm-hmm. His band is really, really good. But yeah, I thought that was a fun bit of trivia. But for the question, I actually have one from Van, and that is, what does witnessing and causing death at such a young age do to a person, especially someone as young as Kyoka? What kind of impact could that have on morality and how they view death? And how would being like raised in or being like brought into the mafia alter like her perception, or like what kind of long-term effects could it have on like a young person?
And Vaughn doesn't want to come up here and ask the question. It's one
Uh,
question per person.
I think Van can't come up, so I figured I would ask for
No.
Yeah, they said they weren't able to make it today.
Wow, my heart is broken. Broken and shattered. Well, let's put it like this. What does Okay, how do I ask this? How do I answer this? What is the value of life?
I guess that depends on the person, doesn't it?
Well, I'm asking you guys. What is the value of life?
Oh.
I guess maybe just the fact that you exist. I don't know. I think that's valuable in of itself.
Can the value of life be measured in money or power or influence?
In like some ways, but I don't think that's the end all be all.
Oh, I don't know. Because I have so many double standards when it comes to this. Because for me it's something, for the others it's another. Yeah, it's another answer. So yeah, I really don't know how to answer this.
No, well, share your thoughts, Rain. That's what it's here for.
Oh, well, I don't know. I literally don't know, because for me, a life cannot have a price, or like it's not based on power or anything. But when it comes to me, well, it's another stories.
Well, can a life be measured by money or power?
Don't think so. Like,
what about your life?
Probably. Oh, I personally don't think that my life is that important.
Why not?
I don't know. I just have. I'm just trying to find actually the meaning of me.
Rain, I think you are such. You might not believe it until you come into your own terms, but I think you're such a valuable individual. Like, you're such a valuable life, in all sense and terms and purposes. Like, I hope you know that, like, you inspire a lot of people. You're loved, you're cared for, and ultimately, like, I think that you have such a way with people that your passion really comes through, and a lot of people think that you're amazing. They love you, and even from that, like, you're so empathetic at times, and more than enough times that I have a feeling that you've been hurt a lot as well by your empathy.
Yeah. Yeah, you got me. But yeah, I really hope I'm actually doing something good, or even like enough. But yeah, I'm improving.
But that's where that question comes in, and I like that you're leading this right back into the interaction here with the characters. Do these characters, and do yourself, do you think that you are enough?
I'm trying. I'm trying to think that it's okay if I don't, for example, reach a certain goal that I set, because I usually set a lot of goals for myself. Usually, yeah, I can't reach them because they are unreasonable.
Sure.
But I only realize it after. but yeah, for me, like the life of like the lives of the characters and the people around me are very, very important. Unless it's like other cases, I have also kind of a black and white vision for a few things. But I think it's mostly because of my past experiences. So I'm very, very Kunikida mentality there.
Kunikida mentality.
But yeah. Yeah, very black and white, and it's either this or that.
I mean, at times, sometimes we have that mentality, right? Because it's a how else do I say this? It's a form of survival, right? Ultimately, sometimes having that black and white thinking helps us survive through certain elements that we've learned from ourselves, or the instances that we've gone through that others may have never gone through. But I ask these questions because I feel like these are the questions that I'm asking these characters as well. Are they enough? Like, for example, does Atsushi feel like he's enough? Does Rampo feel like he's enough? Do these characters genuinely think that way, or are their cognitive distortions affecting them as well? By the way, thank you, Rain, for being so vulnerable and being so brave and, sharing, this aspect of yourself. And guys, drop some Doritos for Rain because they're absolutely incredible. And I can't share this enough. Like, I love Rain. Like, I legit do. She has like my heart and everything just like on a silver platter because she's such an amazing individual that, yeah, exactly. Doritos for Rain. You're incredible.
Thank you.
Rain. Thank you. Sorry, Vince. I'm not sure if I answered your question at all, but I think we went deep into another subcategory there.
No, it's okay. But I just want to like quick just loop that back to like thinking about the characters with your like characters like finding like worth or like meaning in their lives is, and you asked that about Atsushi, and just quick comment, I think you can get some things from the fact that he asked why Dazai saved him in the last episode when he tries to find a purpose or reason for his existence in saving other people. And that's kind of, I think, my last like comment on that aspect.
Cool. Well, awesome to have you here, Vince, as always. You're incredible. I hope you show up in my mind palace again, and I'll see you later.
Oh gosh. See you later. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, I have time for one more question. Who are we bringing up, Rain? This is your choice.
No. Why?
Because you had such a cool power, Rain in the Rain. That is such a cool thing. Like, my goodness, you were so badass in my dream.
Oh, I wish I had powers.
Yeah, it was, you were invincible. Invincible.
I wish. I don't know. Let's try next.
Wait. Oh
Because
yeah.
you mentioned in the last stream that you had some questions.
Well, I always have questions, but I don't think I'll have time to get through all of them today.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Nex. How you doing?
Good.
Are you taking care of yourself?
Yes. And I'm sorry if my words like lisp a little. I got my tongue pierced.
Ooh, how was that? Did it hurt?
Let's go.
It felt like I bit my tongue.
Oh.
But back to Bungo, this is one of my favorite episodes because it gives that little look into Kyoka, and like it introduces Chuya and just everything. I wanted to know what you think, like how entwined Dazai and Akutagawa are, because he mentions that he trained Akutagawa. How like entwined in their past do you think they are?
I think they're probably like heavily entwined. Hence why, our TB man got a little a little jelly when he was talking about his new apprentice is so much better than him, like Aku is just straight up just feeling a certain type of way, so I think that they're deeply entwined, or they've had a history all together. And especially if you're in a position like an executive position or something, you're gonna be how do I put it, you're gonna be like, you have certain influence or certain powers or certain things, is the best way for me to put it. Like, people look at you a little differently, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Question for you though.
Okay.
Does Jinji wear the collar all the time, or is that only for like aesthetic purposes?
If I, from as memory serves currently, I think it's all of the time. But I don't know if it's not for just aesthetics.
Huh. Does it have, because he's very drippy. I love the way that he dresses himself.
Hell yeah.
Like, I wish I was that stylish, Actually, I might need y'all's help in creating outfits here in the coming future. Okay, so like, sorry, just throwing it out there. I might need y'all's help creating like some good outfits, because I need a change in outfit scenery. So I might be looking for y'all's opinions. Ginger cosplay when, Ed? TwitchCon. There you go. I'll do a Rampo and then maybe a Gingy cosplay. Who knows? Anyway, sorry about that. Okay, so
I'm taking notes.
No.
Yes.
So my follow-up question to you then is this: when it comes to the relationship between Jinji and Desai, like, in your opinion, how deep does it go?
I mean, we know that they were partners of some capacity in the past. So I'd probably say similar to Kunikita now with Dazai.
You think that it was just there, or do you think that they bonded a little bit closer, like family related? Because the way that they were arguing was, for me, gave me the impression that they've been at this together for longer than Kunikita and Dazai have been together.
Yeah, what was your take on the situation about their little dialogue? Yeah.
Well, it felt like exes, when exes like see each other again in public. Yeah, straight up. That's how it felt like. It felt like exes coming together and then just not being happy with one another, being like, yeah. I mean, didn't it feel that way to you guys? If it, I might be wrong here, but it felt like there was a little more spice to it than usual. It did. It did.
I was just saying, based on like what they outright said.
But yeah.
But yeah, how Chuya was acting was something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all of their actions. But all right, with that being said, I am out of time.
Can I just really quickly say, I got way too hyped of winning the first bingo.
You won bingo? Yay!
I got first bingo.
Yes. We have
and
the
I
winner.
got way too hyped about it.
The fact that you got bingo already makes me happy. Let's go. Let's go. And it wasn't even planned, and everyone else is mad at me, but that's okay. Next, I appreciate you. You're incredible. I hope you know that.
I was not expecting to get a line of bingo throughout the entire day. Because, like, everyone else would have, like, 5, and I had, like, 2. And then I somehow
No,
got it
you
first.
got it.
You came through, you crashed out on them. Dang. That's incredible. That is incredible. All right, next. So I'm going to put you down because I am out of time here, but I
Okay.
appreciate you. Everyone, you're absolutely amazing. If I missed you today, don't worry. I'll make sure to try and get you next time. I'll try and come on later on in the evening to just do a little VC or during the VC, whatever you guys got going on. Y'all are amazing. Please take care of yourselves. Practice some self-care. And if anything, I'll catch you later. Be safe. Rain, I love you. I adore you. You are the love of my life. Be safe. Take care of yourself, my friend.
Thank you. I love you too. I love you all.
Bye. Goodbye, you two. Be
Bye.
safe.